following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
And if there's Doomsday Bunker Dweller Bobby. Presumably hedge fund daddy.
Take Bobby.
Just when I find Zooty on the shelf, that's where the problems lie.
Ken Zooty.
And the spider will sidle up to Alvin. Is this what we do every time?
No, we so rarely get free time. This is weird. Well,
If we rarely get free time and you choose to come to a children's store.
well, they're expressing their interests, and then later on when we get to go to the bar, they've got something to play with and unwrap.
So they're like your children?
By extension, we're just making sure they're entertained so that we can entertain ourselves later.
So yes, basically.
So, yes.
I guess so. I can't say I have much experience with kids.
These are the people she
Unlike
wants to feed them.
unlike the toy store owner.
Alvin is actually leaning back against a wall somewhere, just standing close to the managerial thing, and it's just like, I'm not gonna let him anywhere near kids that come in the shop.
That's just profile.
Yeah, profile.
Yeah,
that's how it works. That's how it works.
What to do.
Alright, people can acquire what they wish to acquire, except for Roxanne. Sorry, there's... Just for some reason, there's no orcs. Everyone likes orcs.
I thought she was going to Tyranids.
Derek's there to buy the Orc Codex.
So that must mean there must never have been an orcs in here at all, because once there are orcs in here...
And you can never get rid of the Orcs.
Yeah, if only that actually worked with minis.
I don't even remember this box being here.
Yeah, you just blowtorch one Orc mini and then you get your whole army over the weekend.
Although Alvin will buy her a murder walk beer.
This little 12-inch Lance Archer. Just little ears. Okay, Bonnie, lost in the bewildering array of brightly coloured children's things.
So I'm just looking, because again, this stuff I've
I
never
would
really
fill in
seen
more
before.
information, but I actually have very little idea what's in a toy store.
It's essentially just going from looking at all these toys I've never...
Eventually you find the American Joe action figure lineup. The vehicles and shit.
Fuck yeah.
It's like hybrid between Action Man and G.I. Joe, which isn't that bizarre because Action Man is G.I. Joe. Just a bunch of army glorification for kids. It's not wrong, it's aspirational. Should be doing more of it.
How else are we going to fill that meat grinder?
Yeah, I mean, where else are we going to get more stuff like that?
Ah, yes. Terror Billy. I fucking love that thing.
Yeah.
The packaging is part of the product. I don't normally keep things in their boxes, but...
Yeah, but that's amazing.
Did that come with the second game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even finished the game it came with. I just found it a lackluster follow-up to the first one.
And even if you did, you would just be running the risk of playing the next one. You know.
Nah, I wouldn't want to do that. That's serious. But anyway, yeah. Alright, so eventually you guys finish up in the toy store and you leave? Leaving Bonnie behind.
I mean, if Bonnie gets lost, she gets lost.
Well, I think we're missing someone.
Study buddy to the rescue.
We'll catch up at the bar. I'll go look for Bomb Bomb.
I don't
Let me look
realise-
after that for you.
Keep it
it secret. Keep it secret.
Very well.
Yeah.
I'll do this favour for you. And someday, and the day may never come, I will ask you for a favour that you will perform for me.
No
Deal.
questions asked.
Prego.
I'll take a few steps away. And, damn, that was cool.
Aliens. There's a second.
Aliens. Well, yes, there are two. That's not an alien.
Aliens.
That's some woman.
Alien 3. What happened to 2?
I just love the idea of an alien figure. You just got Yaphet Kotto just being angry at a boss. You know what? I kind of want that now. Here's your Yaphet Kotto. Ah, cool. What movie he's from? Alien. He's the black guy that dies. So there she is, drowning in a sea of action figures.
Not where I expected to find you.
What?
Not where I expected to find you.
What do you...
All the action figures and
I've been walking and...
probably a bit of an overload, I'd imagine. Not a lot of stuff like this down in the vault.
Yeah, they are mass-produced toys down there. Like Santa's workshop.
Yeah, with all the, y'all are all the elves. I'm sorry, the Elvis. You planted very straight, and I like that. Anyway, we're all about ready to head out.
Ah, yes, alright. I'll follow. Do you know there's an Aliens?
What, like, more than one? Yeah. You should. And then I'll see where you're pointing. Oh. No. I did not. If it's anything like the first one, I think we've got to see it.
Oh. I'll pass.
Fair enough.
Very, very different to what I'm used to.
That's the question. Is the in-universe Alien, the movie, feature the same alien that we may or may not have encountered on a certain semi-space platform?
So everyone meets up outside.
Found her.
Oh, you didn't even buy anything.
It's a toy shop, Roxanne.
And?
It's for children?
Not always.
Nah, you haven't learned anything. These are basically all kids. They get their little toys and they push them around on the Wii map and they pretend it's like war.
It's a strategy game. It's way more complex than you'd think.
So is chess.
It is also a game.
Yeah.
So is backgammon.
Nobody knows how to play that.
I know how to play that.
I know how to play that.
You're making that up. You're fucking lying.
I'm not even convinced it's a
I take
legitimate
umbrage at
game
being
board.
called dishonest.
Nine.
Then prove that you could play backgammon.
Then play backgammon with me.
I don't know how to play, so I wouldn't know how.
Then
You
how
could
do you
just-
expect me to demonstrate it?
You need to find somebody else, and even then, what?
Right, back into the toy store. Backgammon now. Gaming.
I hope you've rolled a 1.
I did not.
What do you want for this?
Wait, but bodies can play
it's
backgammon?
gaming, board games, or something.
What else would there have been in the vault?
Monopoly.
Chess?
Wait,
drafts?
Monopoly did exist. Chess.
Or checkers,
drafts.
as you would have called it, because it's American.
It would have had a lot more board games than they would have anything else, so...
A secret Hitler.
Paranoia agent.
Yeah, so what do you want to roll for that? Just intelligence?
Gaming or board games, if you've got
I
either
don't
of
have
those.
either of those two, no.
Oh.
You're crushed.
See, what is actually gaming run off of? I think it's actually presence.
Hang on. Gaming stats
Because it's a social
1.
interaction thing.
Zoots and
So
ladders.
that would be awareness?
Yeah, we'll say awareness for now, but I actually think it's presence.
Alright, that's 21.
Yeah, they play a game of backgammon. For which one of them has to buy a game of backgammon.
I'm going to observe
Actually,
just
I
to see
remember
if
we
I can
mixed
work
it up.
out if they are actually playing backgammon or I'm being played for a fool.
And Alvin is leaving for the bar because he does not care about backgammon.
It's a 10.
Derek is following.
Of course, it's right down the middle. I don't have any idea.
By the balance of factors, yes.
I do think that they're playing backgammon.
Yes.
It's not just checkers.
There does seem to be some kind of rhyme and reason to this, but I still can't fathom it, and yet at the same time, this seems like it's legit.
Why would they not sell a legit game?
Well, now you have to duel for Harmony's honor. I don't know. You called her a liar.
I apologize, Harmony.
On your knees.
What?
On your
Is
knees.
that how your people do it?
No, I just like seeing you on your knees.
I'm just gonna cross my arms and narrow my eyes.
You're doing it wrong.
You insulted me. I get to make the terms here.
Fine. I'll get down on my knees. Was there something else?
Apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry I disreputed your honor.
I forgive you. You may rise.
Thank you. I'll awkwardly get up to my feet again.
Where's Alvin?
And now none of the rest of anyone knows how to get to the cowboy bar.
Well, it is.
They wander the city streets as dust blows up
It
against
is on the
along
same-
abandoned
well,
buildings.
No, we actually took the sizable portion of the group to it. I think that's where we had the pie.
They don't remember.
It's also like you literally go like across.
No
you
one
just go
knows how
across
to
and down.
read. What are you talking about? Derek's with the group. He'll distract them into
No,
some kind
look,
of back.
I actually
look,
went with
look.
Alvin.
Derek,
Backgammon's lame.
Derek, spiritually, should be able to feel the cowboy hats from here.
Well, Derek apparently also left because he thinks like backgammon is gay.
Yeah,
So Derek's walking down the street all alone.
No, I went with.
Oh,
At the same time he lived.
okay. Derek and Alvin go to the cowboy bar. I walk in and they're like, "Howdy."
Howdy. Loner hats?
Howdy.
Yeah, there's a take a hat, leave a hat bin.
I didn't bring a hat to leave this time.
Not what that means.
Hat. Smallest, gayest hat of the box.
Yeah, there's a tiny pink derby that's held on with an elastic cord.
This reminds me of my sidearm.
Your sidearm's a small pink bowler.
Small. I'm being punished.
Well, I'd say, what can I get you?
Well, we'll just see what you have on here and on tap, and we've got a group of about 12 to 15 coming soon.
On tap, we've got sarsaparilla, palatinus varilla. For those who
Can I?
don't.
When Roxanne arrives, can you please make sure she has one of those? Complimentary.
And
On me.
who's Roxanne?
She'll announce that when she arrives.
Okay, it's one of them, huh?
Yeah.
Palatinus varilla. Okay.
I'll get a
Got a
sarsaparilla.
whiskey, bourbon, scotch. Small motorcycles contained within fat people. As for food, we've got peanuts and tacos.
Actual peanuts?
Yes.
I'll have some of those for sure.
Okay, that'll be 5 meat.
5 meat.
It's our preferred form of currency.
Right. What about cash?
American dollars?
Yeah, obviously.
15.
Worth it for real food.
And thank you for paying for your friend.
And can I get
I'll
a
take it.
taco platter for the table?
Certainly can. Gives you a platter made of tacos.
Can I get a plate to put this on? And I'm very impressed.
Okay, that'll be 6 meat.
I don't have meat, but I do have dollars like you.
36 American dollars.
The exchange rate here is confusing.
40, and if I had meat, it'd probably be more expensive than that.
He'll give you a couple of small cutlets in a plastic bag. Did you change?
I can't wait for Roxanne to make some kind of comment about the tacos and Maria.
Are you sure it's down this way?
Now Maria should be able to sense the taco.
Yeah, because there's the... Excuse me, I'm going to go across the road and check out this church.
This better not be last time where you're just very blasphemous.
Should you go alone?
Well, I was going to ask if somebody wanted to come with me.
15 minutes later. What are you doing? Burning it down.
Actually, what is the state of the church?
It's fine. It was the other one you burnt down in the other district. This one is fine.
Yeah. Does it still have their symbology on the front?
Yes! Yes, it does. Very much so! No, it's not weird.
Sure. You mean you want to come with Bonbon?
If you insist.
Better not be like last time. Better actually want to do some praying. You know your soul needs it after your blasphemy.
Oh, Father Ivan.
Sure.
Maybe you could also, while you're down there, praying, you could ask Jesus to fix you.
Fix me. Fix what aspect?
Put you back on the path of righteousness and for Jesus.
Righteousness for Jesus. I'm not religious.
That's okay. Everyone has their faults.
Shake my head. Who else was part of our later... I suppose Harmony was?
Yep.
And therefore Tom was?
Yes, good luck separating them.
Yeah. Tom, Harmony, you want to come along and scope out this church with me?
Very well.
Just a moment. I'm going to contact... I don't know if can I contact Elvin specifically?
If you've previously set up a specific channel to him, then yes. If you haven't, then no.
I think it'll just be on all frequency then. Hey everybody, just letting you know that some of us are going to check out the church across from the Cowboy Bar before we come over there. Over.
Did I hear that correctly?
Roxanne's going to church.
Oh, God.
Went to church last visit too.
10-2, good buddy.
10-2.
You mean 10-4?
I don't know how the works. I'm just going to stay here and guard the food.
10-4, I believe, is the trucker one. But
10-2 is signal good.
Yeah, it works.
yeah. Okay.
Don't take too long. You don't want wilty lettuce on your tacos.
Was it a code phrase?
You know what? I don't know.
We might have to err on the side of caution.
Well, we're going to have to go in here. Could be more crossmen. So does the door open?
It does not.
Oh. Is there any signs or anything on it that indicate like opening hours or why it's no longer accessible?
No.
No? Door's locked. Move on to the next one. I
We
mean,
have a Tom.
No doors ever
not
read.
going to vandalize church. Yeah, especially with Maria right there. It's like she's waiting for me to desecrate, and she's just
Strange.
check out round the back.
What kind of church is this? I don't see any lowercase t's anywhere.
Lowercase t's.
Like in churches.
You mean the cross?
See.
Isn't that supposed to represent like Jesus down on the cross?
See.
Then why do you call it lowercase t and not a
Is this
crucifix?
confusing for Americans who often think of crosses like that?
Lowercase T. Time for Jesus.
Lowercase T. Time to pray.
What was that?
No, that stands for X. I'm gonna go check out round back. No, that's great. Good sit, baby.
Good.
12.
Yeah, there's a back of the building. It's a three-dimensional structure. Good job.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for anyway? I don't know much about the Crossman.
Roxanne is looking for some kind of spiritual stability in her life of sin.
What do you mean, life of sin?
Her life of sin. You
Basically,
forget Jesus.
what have I done that's so particularly sinful in your eyes?
Oh, Roxanne, if you have to ask, then... Do you know the thing?
The things. That's a bit vague. I don't mind you just blurting them out in front of everybody. People here know me and what I do.
At around about 2 in the morning, you make a lot of noise. That specific enough for you?
Let's move on.
Oh, what's this? No, I never hear anything. Our room is hermetically sealed, Tom. Oh. Well, she really shouldn't
Holy
keep
hell.
people awake.
Holy hell!
For
She
Maria.
is exactly opposite you. I mean, the other slide. There's
What
your
kind of
room.
photo did I put in there?
There's their room.
And she still hears me.
Oh, she never said she was in the room when that happened.
Sneaking around.
Who's the real debaucherous sinner here?
Joe! Joe!
Jew, huh?
And then everyone goes to the cowboy bar.
Yeah, because we didn't find anything.
Yep.
Although
Shove,
you-
shove,
you-
push,
you-
push, push, wham,
although,
wham, wham.
although you could have ground sensed to see if what condition of that installation they had underground was.
That was the other side of the road. Wasn't under the church. Any person who remembers that? Yes, I am.
Actually, yeah, it wasn't under the cowboy bar technically where we are down.
It was off to the side and down.
Okay.
Howdy, sinner.
Center. Not you too.
No,
I've been getting that from her the whole time.
Howdy, welcome. You'll need to wear a hat to be in here.
Oh, of course. How do I look?
Of course. It's kind of cool, but it's also like that has to be the biggest 10-gallon hat in there.
It must have cost a fortune.
Well, I thought gallons was a set size. How can you have a bigger or smaller amount of gallons?
I don't know why it's called what it's called.
It's called a 10-gallon hat because it holds 10 gallons, right? If you filled it up. Okay, what are we eating and drinking? Apparently soggy lettuce tacos or something?
Taco platter.
Huh.
And peanuts.
I love peanuts.
Good source of protein.
And I prefer tacos. Come on, it was right there.
Can I get anyone a drink?
Sure, I'll have a drink. What do you got?
Got sarsaparilla, palatinus whiskey, scotch, sody.
Don't think I'm allowed to have the alcoholic drinks, so I'll take a sarsaparilla.
Okay. She hasn't mentioned-
Roxanne! Roxanne!
Oh, we've already got a drink for you. Here you go. One palatinus varilla.
What's a palatinus gorilla?
It's less sassy.
But the drink itself,
Yeah.
I didn't know sarsaparilla was particularly sassy, but okay.
Well, it's for them who don't want their blood angered up. You could stand to be less sassy.
This from you.
I will just have sass. You pour out sarsaparilla, then do something under the counter, and there's just like this powder in a glass. She's like, excellent.
I think you need that less than I do.
Nonsense. I'm Mexican.
Yeah, so you're naturally sassy.
Don't make me start screaming at you in Spanish. Because I'll do it.
Spanish words! Be careful, that shit's scary.
It must be working.
Roxanne feels sweetness and comportment fill herself.
Hey, look, let us all just be incredibly thankful for finding this place that had real food.
And also gave us
man.
meat.
I didn't know you were religious.
Then Scene will order a whiskey. And be like, it'll be 3 meat. And your change? I know prices are going up everywhere.
You just
Thank
carry
you.
meat around?
You don't?
It's the new currency, apparently.
I mean, come on, Roxanne. I've got 2 on me.
Oh,
Nice.
How do you keep it from going off?
Bag.
Alvin.
Bag.
And Scene just gives you a look like this is very normal.
Shake it off, keep drinking.
More people want meat these days than money.
Probably because you can't use money to get meat very
There's a
often.
rich black market trade in meat.
Interesting.
You should know that. You're American.
Yeah, I don't particularly follow the, I don't know, underground criminal.
While everyone's at the bar, there's a newspaper on the table. So there's a box just over there behind you where the papers were in last time.
I don't know what it is. You're deliberately just not wanting me to see.
it's so fun though.
I'm going to play along, and I'm going to keep
No,
it
no,
face
now
down.
you can turn it over.
Read the paper.
Who's starting?
I don't care.
Yeah. The Free Press. The truth shall make ye blooms. Thursday, 20th of June, 2013. Legal street races endanger children by Biff Chitson. The street racing scene has come a long way over the past few decades, but one thing has not changed. The danger level. It's high, not just to the racers, but to those who might get in the way of racers. This comes to prominence after an evening racer clipped a small child in Chesterfield, sending them to a hospital. The new breed of racers aren't just pushing the limits of themselves and their machines, but they're also seemingly attacking one another. Gun, mutant powers, anything else goes in the new extreme races the youth are engaging in.
Not so.
And you know it's extreme because it's extreme as starts with an X.
That makes it cool.
Yeah. Also, it's TREEM instead of EME. Netting out their
Because when would
machine,
Americans be able to
Okay.
spell anything?
kitting out their machines with armor and weapons in a bid to prove who's the fastest. Goes without saying that while the extreme races are awesome and cool, they are bad. Sure, this newspaper ain't from the 90s. Dangerous speeds and weaponized vehicles. The winner getting the pink slip of the losing vehicle.
Which
With
was
mutants
probably destroyed.
With mutants getting increasingly involved, it's only a matter of time before innocents start dying. If only someone would break up this dangerous, sexy race syndicate.
Interesting. Naughty players read ahead and cunning trap. Kathy Baxter. Handsome GMs everywhere have trapped players into disobeying the simplest instructions and cunning traps. By simple use of a picture, a GM can trap players into reading handouts early. They then immediately bait other players into following them and breaking the rules about reading ahead. This is the picture I used. Obviously, this article is non-canon.
Detective pair missing, Kathy Baxter. Bizarre hat boy Alexander Hamilton Purcell and girlfriend Babette Renard have been missing for over a week. Whilst on a school trip, local junior detective pair have failed to make 3 scheduled calls home, causing alarm on the part of parents and teachers. Alex is in trouble. I know it. If only someone would find him. I know he would have left clues, his mother said earnestly. Holy crap, he's missing. I just thought those two were shacking up, their teacher said. If Babette was foolish enough to get caught and killed, that just means we need to teach the next child better, Mrs. Renard perplexingly said, between puffs on her cigarette holder. Either way, the two detective kids have gone, leaving the snooty sleuths uncontested in the junior investigating scene.
They're gonna win the investigation Grand Prix at this rate.
Vanguard 2 deployed on top secret mission. I love it.
Nice.
Sorry, I love this one.
Buddy Flash Gibson. Vanguard squads are the elite units of America, uncompromising and awesome. Their actions are kept secret and the results undisclosed, which is why getting information on their movements is so special. But Vanguard 2, the one with the super sexy minute waifu Elena 6-1 in it, has been dispatched to Arkham County, Massachusetts to investigate reports of alien invaders. Reporters are also flocking there to catch reports of a Vanguard team in action firsthand. Not us though, we don't have the money.
True, they are the free press.
Happiness, elite military unit Vanguard member. Well, I wonder who that is.
It's a minigun.
It's a
Minigun. It appears to
minigun.
have a Minuteman behind it.
I wonder who that is then.
What is
How
it?
hard is it, retards?
Was it Happiness is a rotating Gatling cannon firing 752mm uranium depleted full metal jacket rounds.
So I think it might be 7.62.
It-
752
Yes, it
millimeter
is.
would be a very
now,
big
now
gun.
that I look even closer, I can see the. I
If
can't
only
see
we
the
would
dot,
mount
but
to
I
a
can.
ship.
I can see the slight
And
gap.
then it's Gatling.
Love it.
The rotary AC-20.
Oh, here we go. There are more than two genders. Alona. Well, my opinion of Alona dropped, but we'll see if that changes. Mountain View, CA, in a darkened room labelled 101 deep within Ogle Mountains View headquarters. An outed conservative employee was forced to stay there, to say there are more than two genders after a long period of torture. The man was tortured for hours, arguing the objective reality of two genders, being told he was mentally deranged and suffering from a defective worldview before finally giving in. Do you remember writing in an email that there are only two genders, he was asked while strapped to the table? What if Oogle says there are three? How can I help it? How can I help it if I see that they're right in front of my eyes? Two genders are two genders, the man cried through tears as his torturer and Oogle project lead held up a picture of a man and a woman according to surveillance footage. Sometimes there are two, sometimes there are three, sometimes there are any number of them at once. You must try harder. It's not easy to become sane, the project lead replied coldly before administering another round of electric shocks into the man's brains. Freedom is the freedom to say there are only two genders, the man said with great pain, through blackened eyes and bleeding lips. But how do we know there are only two genders? Or is that the force of gravity works? That the past is unchangeable? If both the past and the external world exist only on Oogle's servers, and if the mind itself is controllable, what then? The Oogle official said as he methodically broke the man's will in an attempt to get him to confess that were any number of genders Oogle wanted there to be. Fine, there are more than two genders. There are however many genders you want there to be. Just make the pain stop, the man screamed after a final round of torture, witnesses claim. The man was then left to himself in isolation for a long period of time. According to sources, he gazed up at the enormous Oogle logo on the wall, muttering that it had taken him 20 years to finally understand the brilliance of the search engine, advertising and technology company. But he later claimed it was alright, everything was alright, the struggle was finished. He had won the victory over himself. He loved Oogle.
Cache of lost art found. K. Linden. The art of Anna Bradford has terrified and enraptured those who viewed it for decades. Little of the once highly sought-after prizes remain. Some say none. Misfortune and disaster follow those who owned any of it. But now a new cache of her art has been uncovered in a newly discovered basement in her again newly discovered home on Darkwater Island. Not newly discovered. According to our sources, a team of investigators found the cache whilst tracking down the artist as a part of a related investigation. The ownership of the cache is in dispute, so it will be moved to Miskatonic University for safekeeping. The cache has now been claimed by Bradford College. And Jericho Bradford, a relation of Anna's, both sides are gearing up for what will no doubt be a long legal battle and nothing else.
Couple finishes easy 1 hour DIY. E. Morgan. Local couple, Noah and Ashley Mullins, finished a simple 1 hour home improvement project today, a mere 4 years after they started. Totally worth it, said Mrs. Mullins as she triumphantly sipped RO filtered water. Sure, we haven't been able to use the kitchen sink since 2018, and yes, we did flood the house, twice. But it all really adds to the sense of accomplishment that we did the whole thing ourselves. Mr. Mullins reportedly made 243 separate trips to Lowe's related to the project, although sources say a large portion of those trips occurred when his in-laws were in town. We got inspired by this video showing us all the nasty things in our water that a reverse osmosis system would filter out, said Mr. Mullins. Everybody we watched online that day said you could install the system yourself with a few simple tools and 1 hour of free time. 2 kids and a new puppy later, we finally finished it. The seemingly simple installation quickly went awry when Mr. Mullins stripped the screw on the tubing before breaking the valve on the water supply line. He then attempted a few jury-rigging fixes, which somehow led to the rupture of several underground pipes. After ripping out the flooring and replacing the pipes, he actually did successfully install an RO system, but Mrs. Mullins said the water tasted limey. Mr. Mullins dutifully removed it, causing the faucet to explode, and ordered a new one. That system sat for several months on a ship outside the port of Los Angeles. At least 1,460 days after the first attempt, the Mullins proudly drank the crisp, refreshing taste of victory. At publishing time, Mr. Mullins had remotely gotten a call from his boss that they will be relocating to Memphis and must sell their home immediately.
So that's Grenado?
Grendel.
Grendel strikes again. Albus Botniger. Noble Security Solutions have run afoul of the enigmatic Grundle, this time employed to safeguard visiting French technological genius Francis. Yep. Whilst NSS agents.
Geo
Fromage. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, do you want to pronounce that very real French name?
I can't.
Dieu peut demander à des fromages.
What did he say?
Francois.
The visiting French inventor is injured and must delay his work whilst being checked into hospital. There was some fear he might be attacked again, as the hospital will not allow NSS agents aside, as they might impair the functioning of the hospitals, or that their weapons may cause an imbalance of bodily humours. We reached out to the Dr. Sidonian, who would only comment that he was deeply concerned. Dwight Masterton has offered to use Pterodino men to guard the visiting expert, but was also rejected. His last comment: "You'll regret this."
You'll regret this.
Hat boy.
Yes.
Valuable art, you say?
Jen, are you okay?
Jen isn't here.
When did we lose Jen?
Same time you lost Anne.
When did we lose Anne?
Same time you lost Jen. And
Do you want to check the?
Yeah. And Jen, are you here on comms?
why, yes, we surely are.
Where are you at the moment?
Nowhere.
You must be somewhere.
I mean, yes, but nowhere important.
Well, then state your location and I'll determine whether it's important or not.
We're at liberty. This isn't an operation right there.
Might be about to be.
I need to ensure the safety of my crew while they're out and about. Even
Saying
when-
I'm in danger?
Well, I mean, there's no sense beating around the bush. We found a newspaper that mentions your boyfriend, Jen. Apparently, he's been missing for over a week.
Bonnie's quietly panicking in the corner.
Yeah. Thought you might like to know. You mean you haven't got any letters or anything from him in the last week, have you?
No.